The A Show.
Where smart is the new sexy.
And now, April Hunter.
Good evening, all you sexy, smart, and clever people. Welcome to the A Show and happy freaking New Year. I'm joined with, once again, my sick co-host, Big Ray Hernandez, who just can't seem to kick this cold.
Fucking sucks, man. It's like every other week I keep getting sick. I don't know why.
Oh, I'm hearing this a lot.
You were telling me it was what? Like something
I was saying that you should check into the possibility that it could be RSV.
CBS,
So,
right?
You know, I don't know. You got to talk to me, tell me what's going on. But
I think they have an
Did
RSV
you guys-
right around the corner.
there you go. Did you guys miss us? We missed you. So happy New Year. And you know what? I have a love-hate thing with New Year. Like, I don't really believe, you know, from years and years of school and then being a Kabbalist, like New Year to me is in September, but realistically, we should be on a calendar of 13 months. And, you know, with November being the 11th month and December being the 10th month, January 11th, February 12th month, and March the 13th month. New Year should be April 1st, the spring. So yeah, that's what it was originally meant for, right? But
hold on, Ben Rob. Hopefully, if I have enough strength, I'll be giving Jen some vitamin D tonight.
Yes, high dose vitamin D and Sovereign Silver. That helps a lot. Lots high dose vitamin D.
I have silver. I'm wearing it. I got one. I got it on. Got silver chain.
Silver's good for you. Ali's saying vitamin D's nuts. Ben, Rob, Alex, Big Wig, Chuck, hello, hola, Chowny Man, hello. Who else is here with us? Winona, hey. So I've seen you guys popping in here. Cool, awesome dude. Oh, cheering. We got some titties for some biddies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, throw your biddies and you'll get some titties. Red Sunny, hi, welcome. So tonight we have lots to talk about. I don't know if we'll get it all in.
Oof, so much.
She said.
Hey, get me.
We're going to talk about the newbies and the gym rules, and that applies to people who've been there for years too. So, Gam Woofers, hey yo. We're going to talk about some of the gym etiquette that is common sense and maybe not such common sense. And hello, Eva, welcome. Hey. We're going to talk about, have women's rights and feminism taken it a little too far?
Yes.
A bunch of us during the holidays had a discussion about this, and you might be interested or surprised what the consensus was. We're going to talk about a comment that Cameron Diaz says, something we should normalize. Let's see, what else are we going to talk about? Some of the under the radar things going on right now that you are probably not caught up on, that the mainstream media is not filling you in on.
Word up.
And a couple other things in between there. So where would you like to start, Ray?
I want to start asking you, how was like, so you said, I'm not too happy about New Year's and stuff. So what did you do for New Year's?
No, my New Year's was great. My holidays were great. I took time off. I stayed, nice. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit that there. Right. I stayed off screens for the most part. You know, once I got through my 12 days of Christmas countdown, I was just like, see ya. Yeah. So I ignored the screens. I ignored the emails. Well, I'm not good with email anyway. I ignored social media. You saw very minimal posting from me, and I was really happy with it. So I needed that. I really almost want to take the rest of the week off and go back when the kids go to school, kind of thing. Like, I just feel like that's necessary. Don't get me wrong. I love this show. I was happy about this, but I just don't want to deal with other things. But unfortunately, I have to now.
I did something similar to you. I don't know if you noticed. I maybe posted maybe twice, or maybe like 3 pictures, and since Christmas all the way up to, I wanted to stay off my phone. Yo, can I tell you what I did for Christmas?
Tell me what you did.
Real quick. It was crazy. So I got out of the work Christmas Eve around midnight, right? I got home at 1 a.m. Okay, I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown. Here we go. Get home at 1 a.m. Me and Jen had our Christmas from 1 a.m. after I showered 1:30. So we go to bed at 3:30. Wake up at 9 to go to my mom's at 10. We get there Christmas morning at 10. We stayed there till 4. Jump in the Uber after we leave from there. We had a little something to eat, and then we go to her cousin's house. We're there until shit. We're there until 1:30 in the morning.
Oh,
Then we go to bed again at 3:30. I was up at 5 a.m. to be at work the next day at 7. That was my Christmas. It was fucking insane. New Year's,
yeah,
same thing.
yeah.
But New Year's was fun for me. I met a whole bunch of family in Christmas and New Year's on Jen's side that I had never met before.
And they
And
loved you, right?
yeah, you're probably gonna say, "Oh, he's just..." No, they fucking loved me. Her uncle loved me. Her aunt just kept kissing all over
Something in
me.
my throat. It's caught.
Oh,
Told you so.
oh, shut up. I thought you were
Oh,
gonna throw up a
excuse
little
me. I'm
bit.
sorry. There was
I
a told you so caught in my
Ah,
throat.
stop it. But it was nice.
Wow, that was there twice. Oh
It
my
was nice.
God.
How dare you?
Holy
How
shit.
dare I have no energy. But it was fun. It was nice. Like I said, Jen's aunt was all over, hugging and kissing me all over her. I met I guess her cousin, her little cousin, teenage kid. He's about 17 years old. He's a track runner, honor student. And his name is Aiden, my son's name. So I
Mhm.
can't wait to introduce those two. So it was nice, man. I just can't kick this fucking this, what is it? 8? What did you say it was?
I said I thought maybe you should look into RSV.
Oh, RSV, right.
Yeah, that seems to
Jeez.
be a thing that that's the narrative they're pushing right now.
Hey,
So,
War Demon.
and they're, hey, what's up, Chris? And I think that, when they're pushing a narrative, that's the MO that they're pushing around on us. So that's what they're spreading. So it was interesting that Dr. Greet Vandergroot came out and said that yes, all the vaccines and the boosters and everything are prolonging the virus
What a
that's going
rib.
on.
What a
Yeah.
fucking rib,
Yeah.
man.
It's a new designer sickness this season. Exactly, Ben Rob.
Son of a
So,
bitch.
and if people keep getting jabbed for these things, it just prolongs it because what happens is they just create new mutant versions of it instead of just letting it
Right.
die out. Just let it
It
die out. Don't.
it keeps people
He
get
literally said, this doctor said, and he's a virologist. He said, stop getting shots for these things. So stop.
stop.
Just stop.
I
Stop.
literally have residents in the building I work in. They're on their 9th, their 10th booster, and they keep getting sick.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, I don't think I have COVID. I have probably, I have tiger's blood. I told you that. I can't get COVID. It's impossible. COVID's scared of me.
COVID
So
fears you.
fuck COVID. Fuck COVID.
So
So
we have a ton of this time of year, a lot of new people in the gym, a lot of New Year's
oh,
resolutionists. And on your best day in a gym, you're still gonna have people, and thank you, happy New Year's Day, New Year's to you guys too. On your best day, you're going to have people in there who kind of have no clue, you know. And we all started from somewhere. And by the way, welcome, Wolf. Welcome, everybody joining us late. We all started somewhere. Nobody walked in the gym knowing what they're supposed to know,
of course not.
looking the way they wanted to look. Everybody started the same way. So most of us, and by most of us, I mean like 99.9% of us, remember exactly what that felt like. It was scary. It was intimidating. It was, you felt like everybody was staring at you and maybe talking about you. You felt very self-conscious. And I can tell you that the majority of the time, nearly everyone that's in a gym does not do that to anybody walking in. And you do have those small, slim cases of people who are nasty, hurt people who try and hurt people. But for the most part, no one is judging other people and they remember exactly what it was like to walk into a gym. And most people are congratulating people for coming in there. Like, hey, you're in. Cool. That's awesome. You're doing something good for yourself. This is, you know, going to the gym, like working out and getting an education. These are two things you can do for yourself that enhance you. They're for you. No one can take them away from you. You're
Yeah.
investing in yourself. So that said, there are things that piss people off who understand gym etiquette. These are basic things that a lot of people who are in there and new don't understand how rude they are being. So we did a poll. I mean, I've written this article and published this article for years on the the gym commandments.
While you're talking,
But
I'm just gonna show a video of certain people using the gym improperly. Okay, you cool with
so
that?
I mean,
No
there's
sound.
things that are obvious, obvious,
Uh-huh.
and
Go
there's
ahead.
things that are less obvious, like people who stand right in front of the rack of weights, lifting the weights, thus blocking all the weights for everybody, or somebody who steps right in front of somebody else who is already there. Oh my God,
What's going
what
on?
is that?
Somebody's doing
So, like some, I
they're
guess
dancing.
so.
They're dancing in front of the mirror at the
Doing a
gym.
TikTok video. Anyway,
Jesus.
there
Keep
you'll have
going.
somebody working out on a piece of equipment already checking their form in the mirror.
This is
Somebody
you when
else
you're
will
old, by the
move
way.
a bench. Oh yeah, huh?
This is you when you get old.
Oh yeah, totally. She's getting two birds stoned at once.
Yeah.
She's knitting and doing something with her legs. Wow. This is if you guys are watching this instead of listening to this, you are in for a treat here.
Yeah, this is insane. I mean, but I've
Yeah.
seen stupid shit like this. Look at this dumb asshole. Look at this guy. Watch this guy.
Yeah. So you get these people in there that are trying to lift every single plate in there, and their form is tragic, and they're slamming the weights down. Don't do that.
Oh, don't
Don't
slam
do
the
that. If
weights
you
down.
can't lift it, lower the weight. And you, of course, you're getting people that think their mom lives there, so they take all the weights and they don't put them back. There's nothing worse than coming up on the leg press machine and seeing 5 and 6 plates, and you're nurturing a formerly sprained wrist, and you don't want to deal with it, but you'd really like to do legs that day. Don't
Sure.
be that person. So we did. I have my basic commandments, and then we took um, a poll of everybody to ask what irritates the hell out of them. So those of you on our chat, I see Ben Rob has added some things already. Um, if you have irritations about people in the gym, please add your 2 cents because we want to know what irritates you, and we will add them into this discussion as well.
April,
So
what's this exercise called right here?
I don't know. Kicking the dog? I call that kicking the dog.
I don't know. Anyhow, Jesus.
So gym etiquette is not just wiping things down. That's so far down on the list. Like back in the day, old school, nobody wiped anything down and
No.
nobody really caught anything. This whole wiping thing down is relatively new, and I'm not sure it actually does anything anyway. It's just like one of those virtue signaling things. So real gym etiquette includes, I mean, if you're sweating all over everything, yeah, wipe it down.
Yeah.
But real gym etiquette, this is real gym etiquette. If you use the free weights, put them back.
In the right order.
Put them back where they belong.
Yeah.
If you can take them out, you can put them away. Your mother does not work there. So
Not yet. Not yet.
ask to work in on a machine. Just do not just jump on equipment, especially if there's a water bottle there, a bag, a phone, towel, keys, or a person anywhere near the item you wish to use. Someone could be supersetting. It is extremely rude not to ask first. And that is considered a huge no-no. And this also extends to somebody who is on a machine, but also has dumbbells with them. I'm hearing about this a lot. People will go over and just take their dumbbells while they're doing the machine, saying, well, you're
Yes.
not using them. No, get the fuck out of here. There are
Yeah.
people who do the machine and then pick up the dumbbells and then do the machine and pick up the
Right.
dumbbells. This is called supersetting. There's also German giant sets. This is a way of working out that a lot of new people do not understand. Do not touch their stuff. Ask first. And then if they say they're using them, do not give them a hard time. They are using them. Find something else to work with.
I like this one. Marvelous Wolf says, what irritates me is when idiots are just standing in front of the weights and talking, not lifting or exercises or
Oh,
exercising
we're
or
getting
anything.
that one. We're getting that one.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's one too. Okay, we'll just actually cover that now. So because when I wrote this, the whole zombies on phones thing wasn't such so prevalent.
mm,
But what I'm seeing right now is people having no spatial awareness, no awareness of what's around them. So I'll be at the gym and these guys are on cables, even though they're working out together, they're sitting there staring at the phones. And I'm grabbing the weight and I'm trying to come back and I can't get by them because they're standing there staring at the phone. And then this guy over here is staring at the phone. I remember I walked up to the guy, I'm like, Jesus Christ, move. So you're at the gym, you're there to work out. Stop staring at your phone. Like you're here for an hour to work out.
right.
Can you dislodge your face from a phone for just an hour?
Yeah.
Like seriously.
I agree.
So not just that you're in everybody's way. So it's like just put your phone down. Put your fucking 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 phone down. And know what's around you because this group of people here that do this would be so easy to rob. You don't have to do anything. You just rob them. They wouldn't even know what happens. These are the ones falling down the train tracks, falling off the sidewalks. It's shocking how unaware they are. So yeah, be aware of what's around you. Somebody was telling me the other day that they had somebody back into them. The guy was on the phone. He literally backed into somebody while they're doing lat pull downs and hit him with his ass.
Not cool. I would
Yep.
punch him. I would have punched him right in the dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Another one of my female friends said that she watched some dude go up to a girl who was working on a machine, and he tried to take her 15-pound weights, and she said she was using them, and then he said, "But you're not using them." And she said, "But I am. I'm doing this and this." And he's like, "But you're not using them. I want these." So he fought with her over 15-pound weights till she's finally like, "Just take the weights."
Really?
Yeah. She's like, "Just take them and get away from me." So
what a piece of work.
I'd have fought him to the death over that out of principle.
Would you have?
Hmm?
Would you have though?
Yeah, I would. Absolutely. Yeah, Chuck goes, the only time I look at my phone in the gym is when I'm selecting my playlist. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't really like when I've been to the gym, when I go to the gym, I actually I do the same. Like I'll use my phone, but it's just like if I'm on a treadmill, I'll watch something, like watching a movie or
Oh yeah, on the treadmill, that's different. You're on
right.
cardio, go watch a Netflix movie. That's what you're trying to. That's completely different.
Okay.
Talking about weights.
Make sure.
So gym etiquette number 3 or 4: do not sit on equipment between sets. Do not sit on equipment while you're on your phone. There you go. That was that. Gym etiquette number 4: do not lift dumbbells at the rack, thus blocking everyone else. Common sense. Step back, way back, way back. Gym etiquette number 5: try to avoid working out directly in front of someone who's already using the mirror. It's called checking form. Form is more important than weight when working out. So it's not what you lift, it's how you lift and do it. So having good form matters more than the actual weight you're lifting.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
why they say they say you don't really have to go super heavy to build muscle. You
No.
could just do higher repetitions until you it's about getting to that point of ultimate fatigue.
Yeah.
Where you can't push
Yeah.
anymore, and then your muscles have to rebuild themselves. You know, right? So,
Burnout. And by the way, you can do that with heavy lifting or light lifting with a lot of reps. As long as you go to failure.
Yeah, failure. That's what it's called.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly,
Failure.
Ben
There you
Rob.
go, Ben Rob.
Go to failure, and here's why. When
Oops.
you lift to failure, it means you've torn the muscle down. So when you tear the muscle down, you can't do another rep.
Yeah.
That means when you are resting, it's building back up, but it's building back up stronger than before. So if you're working out at home and you only have a small weight set, you can still get pretty beneficial workout as long as you go to failure.
Facts.
So you don't always have to go and lift the heaviest, crazy amount.
No.
Gym etiquette number 6. Did I already mention re-racking your weights?
Yes, and putting them back to where they belong.
We mentioned it twice in this article.
Yes.
Gym etiquette number 7: too much cologne, too much perfume. You smell like cigarettes. Just don't stink. Don't stink.
Right.
All right. So being on a packed treadmill, which is next to somebody who smells just too much cologne, or like they had 7,000 beers the night before, or too much perfume sprayed, or like they smoked 7 packs of cigarettes. Just no, that's gross.
That's hot.
Gym etiquette number 8: obviously wipe down the equipment consciously. Women do not want to sit on a wet seat full of chemicals.
Why not?
So
Why?
it's not healthy for us.
Oh.
So if we're not catching anything through the seat. So what you're wiping down is the areas where our hands touch, really.
And the headrest. I hate that.
Yeah.
When
Headrest too.
Yeah.
A lot of them miss the headrest and start wiping the seats. It's like, what are you doing exactly?
Yeah, the
So
headrest
stick
is
to
the
wiping.
worst.
Yeah, wipe the handles, wipe the sweaty backs, wipe the headrests. Yeah. I've been working. I've been in gym since I was 19, which is obviously 2 years now. So
Ha ha ha.
no,
Hold on.
I've been in gyms for
Yeet.
yeah, yeet. I've been in gyms for a long time. Back, like I said, nobody ever wiped anything down,
Right.
and nobody caught anything. But you also don't want a bunch of like greasy hair gel on the bench either. It's just yucky.
That's like the Soul Glow. Remember the Soul
Yeah.
Glow from the movie?
Yes.
The Jerry curl juice
Yes.
just left all over
Yes.
the, yeah, you don't want
Yeah.
that. God, I'm
Uh,
sorry, April, if I'm so low. I'm so low energy right now. I
it's
apologize.
okay. My passion and my anger is making up for it.
Okay, so then you're gonna have to make up for it, homie. So, whoa, there it is.
Oh, and Colin, hi.
Yowie
And
wowie. Sorry.
Colin says he sent Ray the Epstein client list court document. Oh, I'd love to see that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'd love to
Hold
see
on.
that.
I'll take a look at it.
Let's take a look at that too. So, oh, and thank you for my Corgos. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Gym etiquette number 9: do not judge others' workouts. Do not judge other people in general, but do not judge other workouts. They could be working around an injury, a disability, or simply just doing the best they could. They could be exhausted. So you don't know if they're dealing with a sprain, a strain. They could be coming off of COVID and trying to work back up. So don't judge somebody else's workout. Gym etiquette number 10: do not judge fit people as vain or heavy people as lazy. We're all in there for the same reason. Everybody wants to get healthier, better ourselves, and have a nice hard ass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a nice hard ass.
Yeah. Just don't judge anybody. We're all there for the reason, same
I
reason.
don't see the
So,
client list here. I just see a whole bunch of questions and shit.
hmm.
What did you send me, Colin? No, I don't want to fucking join Pornhub. What is this?
So, did you guys put anything in there that I can borrow from with your irritations? Are you reading
Talking
anything there?
who, me?
Yeah. Are you reading anything that they've written?
I'm trying to read what the hell Colin gave me with this client list.
Okay. Well, I've got some other comments that people added too. Jamie had written, for me, self-righteousness and shaming people who are just getting started. Which I personally haven't seen in the 30 years I've been working out in nearly, I think almost every state and lots of countries. Excuse me. I was running around today
It's
in
okay.
a trampoline park and I'm acting a little bit after that. But I haven't seen any shaming of anybody, and most of my friends have never seen it either. But I understand it does occasionally happen, and if you've ever dealt with that, I'm sorry. That's just unacceptable. If you've ever shamed somebody, you're an asshole. You really are.
Do you like I forgot the guy's name. That guy, that he has a YouTube channel that he shames the shamers.
No, I haven't seen it.
You ever seen this guy?
Mm-mm.
That he picks out because they have all these influencers that go to gyms. Is this what you're talking about? And they make fun of people staring like they'll be working out and they're wearing like tight spandex and they bend over on purpose and they're just trying to catch
Mm.
somebody like watching them or just
Someone saying
looking.
Joey Swole.
Yes, I love that dude, Joey Swoll.
Okay, yeah, somebody actually listed on here that I should check that out.
Yeah, he's cool, man. Joey, there it is,
Okay.
Chowny, man. Listen, Colin sent me this list, but
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm having trouble figuring out how to read this damn thing. Maybe I could forward it to you. I'll just text
Okay.
it to you,
All
and
right.
then I just there's a PDF. I thought it was an actual list, but I don't know if I'm just like
Okay.
not reading through this correctly. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Somebody wrote influencers and kids flexing and taking videos and taking pictures of themselves in front of the mirrors.
How about worse? How about in the locker rooms
A
or the
locker room's
bath?
one thing. I mean, you're in a locker room, but out in the main area.
What's up, Hooper? What about you talking about? What about the bathrooms? Because the mirrors,
Well, yeah, I don't know.
the shower. I could take pictures in the shower. I'll do it all the time.
No. Well, actually, it says right on my gym thing, do not take pictures in here. So, yeah, you got a point. I don't know. I don't even take pictures in there, but I can see where that would be a problem.
Yeah,
People running
because
around naked.
isn't that kind of like a private split?
Violation of privacy. Yeah, I would think so.
I'm gonna try to look up the Epstein client list. I'm gonna look it up because
Okay.
Colin sent me a McDonald's menu. I don't know what he sent me here.
Let's see. We got a few others that are most people said over and over and over and over again, re-rack the weights, re-rack the weights. That's the number one thing, re-rack the weights. A lot of people said they were irritated by small talk and flirting. And BMAX Fitness Bonnie, Radiant Rain, she said, to be fair, each gym should walk new people around and explain gym etiquette after they sign up. This would make a huge change. And the people, what'd she say? The normal people who still do this, they might hear how rude they are. Lady Oyanka said, I hate when I'm trying to use the boxing bag and someone decides they want to do yoga right next to the bag.
Well, they shouldn't do that. They hit them.
Someone else wrote, people we leave gym towels all over the place.
I don't like that. How about when somebody just drops, the tissue they give you to wipe the machines, and they just don't bother to throw it. Yeah, they just leave it there on the machine.
Yeah. Well, how you do one thing's how you do everything. Can you just imagine their house?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Fucking assholes.
Someone said, I hate when the gym is full and you need one spot and some asshole sits on the machine. You need just one spot and some asshole sits on the machine on their phone. Meanwhile, I do 2 other workouts, come back and they're still on there looking on their phone.
Yo, I've had that. I've said that story a bunch of times with the guy that left his book bag and his coat and everything on the other bike. Like, he's using one bike and I need to use the bike. And I kept asking him, hey, can I use the bike? And he's like, he puts his finger up because he's on his cell phone. I took his bag and I threw it across the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And I got in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I got in trouble.
You told me about that. I remember.
Yeah. Fuck him.
What else did I say? So, yeah, a lot of people, they're staring at the phone constantly as a form of addiction. People who leave their sweat all over the machine without wiping it down. Also, people who are there just for attention. And the ones who yell excessively while pushing their weights or wear almost no clothing.
What?
Yeah, I mean, my gym has that with girls wearing like almost no clothing. Actually, we have a couple of guys that do it too. People talking on they're taking phone calls in the sauna. Literally had a lady on a FaceTime call once in the sauna. That's kind of weird.
In the sauna?
In the sauna. People are in there naked.
Jesus.
Aren't they? Or unclothed?
I've never used a sauna in my life. Would you believe that?
I have, because I used to live somewhere where it was freezing, so I'd go in there first to get warm and then go work out.
Word?
I know, you're not supposed to do it in that order, but yeah, so these are valid complaints that maybe a lot of people didn't think about. You guys added some things in. Etiquette should be common sense, but I guess it's not. You're talking about people who still bring phones to the dinner table. So, that's a big no-no, but people do it. Anyway, so I don't know if that's going to help people or give you guys validation to yell at people or correct them gently or stand up for yourself if something happens. But definitely stand up for yourself if something happens. And there's that. Meanwhile, while Ray is looking for stuff.
No, I'm not looking for stuff. I'm literally like now zoned out. So
I
was trying to look up.
Wade said, would you help someone who's doing an exercise wrong? I used to. And people don't take the criticism very well. Or they take it as criticism rather than help. So 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna.
You don't do it?
No, it depends. If somebody looks like they're actually gonna hurt themselves, that's actually I don't know. There's that one chance I might, but mostly I don't help people anymore because people get offended, especially as a female. If you know,
right? Like if a dude comes over,
yeah, I did that once where I was helping 2 guys. Like I said, hey. They were doing everything wrong. They were taking the entire stack of weight and slamming it and doing triceps and just doing everything wrong. And I said, hey, can I make a suggestion where you might be able to get more out of that particular exercise? I told them, I said, if you do it like this and you keep your elbows here and don't go any higher than here, because they were like that. So if you keep your form tight and lighten up the weight a little bit and when you hold it down and
Nah,
really
you lost them at lighten up the weight probably because they're so
probably.
fucking
And they
big-headed.
were, they just seem like, whatever, lady, whatever. And yeah, I was a personal trainer once, Alex. I was personal trainer. I've competed on a national level. I was represented by Medarex and several other big companies.
The nastiest protein
So
bars in the
it's
world.
terrible. It's terrible. The only thing I could, I'm not represented by them anymore, so I can say this.
Ugh.
The only thing I can tolerate by them or could tolerate was their pancake mix, which was the shit. It was awesome.
Bro,
But it's bad. It's like eating chalk.
The fucking cookies, they had one cookies and cream that was like the best of the worst. It was terrible. Fucking terrible. Who's that? Is that Wade? Was that Wade? Oh.
This is Max.
Is that Ralph? Max?
Max.
Oh, here goes Max.
Max Loki. Yes.
Here goes Max. That would have been funny if Wade followed him though. Yeah. Real quick, the Epstein client list, I thought it was like an actual list of people. Is that what it is? Like Colin sent me this.
It's supposed to be.
He sent me this PDF
list.
He sent me this PDF, right? And when I open it, it's just like a whole bunch of shit. Exhibit D, Exhibit A, this person versus this person. There's not. I thought he would, send me an actual list of names. That would be great, Colin, if you could help me with that. He said, no, it's the actual court document. I don't want that. We can't do that. We can't discuss a 88 page document, my friend. But thanks for your help.
Somebody will break it down. He said that's what was unsealed.
Oh, but I want the names. Get me.
Well, if any of you guys who are sharing this show right now, and thanks for sharing it out there and getting it out there. If any of you who are sharing the show happen to notice that somebody is sharing the client list, please share that back to us.
I'm going back and forth with somebody who knows I'm not well right now on the show. And their advice was get fucking really drunk or get really fucking drunk. I think I might
actually, having a couple of drinks might not hurt. There's a reason why hot toddies were a thing. The liquor might help.
Maybe just some straight. I have tequila and vodka. Which one?
Vodka and tequila. Tequila's better
Both?
for tequila's better for digestive issues. Vodka's better for like sinus head issues.
Speaking of tequila, you know what, April? Over the New Year's, I actually New Year's Eve I was drinking tequila. I was drinking the Rocks tequila, Terramana. We finally got our hands on it, the gold. It's very good, actually. I was shocked. Yes, it tastes like the Rock sweat. It's delicious.
Oh, it's not like what the Rock is cooking.
Yeah, it's like what the Rock's cooking in his underwear. It tastes delicious.
Do they have a flavor that's like pie?
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
You
like blueberry pie? Do you like raspberry pie? That guy's fucking steroided out, boy. I tell
you. So there's some other stuff going on you guys should know about. But to wrap it all up, go to the gym and kick ass, and do not worry about people staring at you or judging you, because everybody started somewhere in the beginning, and they all started in the same exact place. So just go do your thing and get that rock hard ass.
Yeah, rock hard ass.
Go get that ass.
Like Colin is a rock hard ass, right?
There you go. So there, I guess, Australia. I don't know if it's Australia, New Zealand, and I think the CDC also is talking about this too. There has been a movement. What are you doing, mister? Stop.
Is he hungry? Is he tasting you?
I know. That's what I think he's doing. Oh. They are now allowing doctors and hospitals to vaccinate people under anesthesia or while they are passed out.
That is fucking insane.
Or in surgery. So when you are, just be aware of this, when you are signing your info on the iPad, pay attention to what you are signing.
Yes.
And also look for the word biologics. So
wait, they could knock
biologics.
You out.
Yes.
And then just stick like, let's just give them all the vaccines.
Oh, this person's not vaccinated. We should vaccinate them while they're under.
Did I tell you how angry I got? So I went to my union doctor. I just switched doctors right now. I'm waiting till June to see another doctor because when I went to the doctor, right, I told him, I said, "Look, my knee is fucking shot." I said, I'm having trouble with my knee and I'm starting to get headaches, you know, with because I think I'm weaning off of the my blood pressure is getting back to normal.
Mhm.
He didn't shut the fuck up about did you get your COVID vaccine? Did you get your flu vaccine? Do
You
you
know
want to get
why?
your flu vaccine? Do you want
This
to
is
get I'm
getting
like,
paid.
yeah, but he kept over and then like the third time I was like, Doc, I'm not gonna get my vaccine today. I said, I'm not getting any vaccine. I don't want the vaccine. Thank you. And then he was like, "Okay, I'm just asking." And I'm like, "You fucking asked me 3 fuck." It got me angry. Like right now I'm worked up. It got me angry.
Yeah.
Fucking pushing the shit like flu, COVID, what else? There was
So
another vaccine.
doctors, if a doctor, if a physician can get 70% of his
Jesus.
clientele vaccinated, he will receive $125 per person as a
Dick.
kickback bonus.
Is that what it is? Is that why he's
That's
pushing
why
the
they're
shit?
pushing it. Yes.
Fucking
Do you
donkey
guys not
dicks.
know that? Y'all don't know that? So they're getting kickbacks on this. That's why it's safe and effective, you guys. And that's why, because they're part of all this systemic bullshit, that's why they know that there's blood on their hands. That's why they're not admitting anything's wrong, except for the ones that are, you know, admitting something's wrong. But yeah, there's something wrong.
That's really
There's something
pissing me
really wrong.
off, man.
So, and you have to be careful. There's combo shots too. Like Eva says, it makes her mad. And there's combo shots of flu and RSV are together now. Even if you're trying to get a tetanus shot, they have bundled tetanus with whooping cough.
What?
Yeah,
I
you
haven't had
can't
whooping
just
cough since I was like 1.
yeah you can't just get a tetanus shot. It is bundled in with whooping cough now. Thanks, cool, awesome dude. Appreciate it. Woo.
Woohoo.
So titties for biddies. So
Woo-hoos.
that's one thing to pay attention to. um there was a really strange situation. Hang on, where a code enforcer, let me find that article. A Chinese
Yes.
biolab was found in a very small town in San Joaquin Valley, California. And a code enforcer discovered this biolab in an abandoned building. And they had all kinds of stuff in there that was real nasty, like
Like
bad stuff that they were using.
pig people and
And
stuff.
no, like all kinds of viruses and diseases.
Why?
And it was in a fairly unsecured lab. And as most of us are aware now, that every single strain of COVID, yes, I love my gift. Thank you very much. Thanks, and I'll just breaking it for a minute. Everybody who sent something, and a lot of you did for Christmas, I appreciate it so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you,
Did you
thank
send
you.
everybody, the people that brought you the gifts, the pictures of me and my thong?
No, I did not. I sent them pictures of like me and my thong.
Why would you do that? Then why the hell did I take why did I print
I
out
don't
a
know. I
100
don't know.
glossy pictures of me in a yellow thong?
I forgot to include it. Next year. Next year.
I'm
Next
not
year,
doing
y'all are
that again.
getting Ray in a song.
That wasn't
Well, then
a
it'll be like,
gift.
all right, cool. No, but
And so will Colin. What?
so we now know that every strain of COVID has been traced back to being man-made. There's nothing about this that was natural. So
Bastards.
not one single strain. So this definitely was a bioweapon that has been unleashed on us. So and excuse me, sorry. I am hacky today.
It's okay. We
So
all are.
regardless of where you fall on this topic, there's one thing that we all know, and that is that we were all lied to. We were all deceived by our government. We all know that they handled it wrong, and it cost us something. It cost every one of us something, multiple somethings. So
Most of it
whether
our sanity.
Yes. So whether you are pro-vaccine or anti-vaccine, whether you believe COVID, you should wear 17,000 masks or no masks at all, the common thread here is that we all know that this was man-made. It was a bioweapon. It was unleashed on us, and everybody lost, and that we have been lied to. So if you can't get along with your family on this particular topic, stick to that neutral area right there.
Sure, man.
So now these biolabs are popping up in small towns, and it's probably safe to assume that there are others. It's
What do
probably
you?
it's not just small town California.
So what do you do? Like, what do you do if a
I don't know. You
biolab's
keep an
open
eye
up?
out, I guess.
And yeah, like, what do we do though? You know, can we do anything about it?
I wonder how much of this is going to come down to us because if we're waiting for someone to
Mm.
save us, it's not going to happen. We're going to have to do it ourselves. The government's not going to save us. They're the ones that are trying to put everything put us down, put us down basically. So they're not going to do anything. I believe that they want to strip everything down, tear this whole country apart,
Yep.
every aspect of how we live so that they can rebuild it up in a different way, one that benefits them further. Because we have too many rights, too much freedom, too much autonomy, and they want to take all that away. And the only way to do that is to use a massive issue, a huge pandemic, all these, a financial crisis, bundle it all together and bring everything down in the same time span and then start over again.
Just a quick shout out to Ben Robb. I thought I was the only dude that watches Jerry Rig everything on YouTube. He's awesome.
Mm,
You know what he does, Jerry Rig?
mm-mm,
He takes like cell phones and stuff and he dissects them. He literally like opens them up and tests them and he'll
mhm.
see if they I don't know what I'm talking about. Just forget it. Fucking oh God, April, I'm so sorry.
What?
I'm just like loopy.
That's okay.
I'm trying,
Um,
guys. I really love you guys. That's why I'm here. I missed you.
yeah, I missed you too. I
Yeah,
missed you too.
can I tell you something? All jokes aside, I felt like I missed you. I missed doing the show with you last week, even though it was nice to take the time. I was like,
I
"Ah."
know, it was weird.
It
I
was
that
weird. It was
Wednesday,
weird.
Colin's going, "It's the meth." Oh, Wolf says he missed us too.
I
Ben
missed
Rupp
you,
says
man.
he builds stuff.
Yeah, Jerry Rig everything is pretty cool. There was a
That's cool.
story, I was really interested that you brought up, if you're done with this,
Mhm.
about, the real purposes of women's rights and how extreme feminism has screwed that up and how Cameron Diaz suggest that we should normalize married couples having separate bedrooms and separate bathrooms, possibly
Mhm.
even separate living spaces, and the steam of what is it? The stem of comments, the steam of comments. Anyway,
Yeah, that was really interesting.
so tell me, talk about that a little bit.
So having time off, in the past week gave me time to, like, kinda read the comments. I'm a read the comments kinda person. I love that stuff.
All right.
Sometimes I just go to things just to read the comments and see things. Um, so there was a video on Instagram where a woman had posted, she said, "Ladies, we gave up being able
Oh,
to be barefoot in the kitchen and home all the time to have to do it all. We have to have career, not jobs. We have to have careers. We have to cook. We have to clean. We have to do this. We have to take care of the house. We have to take care of. We got that.
and
She
that.
said, and she said, if you and my generation is the it's I think the only generation who has to do it all. Like everything from raise kids, take care of elderly parents,
Sure.
take care of a house, have a career, not a job, a career.
Right.
Um, cook, sew, create. So, because I think the ones before us got an option and the ones under us get the option, but we have to do it all. And the men too. My generation with the men, you guys change diapers, you guys cook, you guys clean, you guys work, you do everything. So we are the ones who have the most life skills, the biggest skill set, right? We know how to do. We're the most versatile. So if you had to do it again, would you choose this? Would you choose to have to do everything? Would you choose as a female to go back to being at home, maybe having an Etsy store and cooking and cleaning and having a man that pays the bills and let him do the work? So, women's rights were originally created for three reasons: the right to vote,
Uh-huh.
the right for body autonomy,
Okay.
and the right to be paid a fair wage for the exact same job a man does. So at this particular point in time, we've achieved one of those things still. But radical feminism has hijacked this movement and kind of screwed it all up. So we still don't have what we were supposed to have, but what we do have is, Gloria Steinem working with the CIA, convincing us that it's, the great thing to go work so that the federal government can now collect 2 sets of taxes instead of 1 set of taxes and double their income.
Ah,
She's
that's really
admitted
why.
it,
That's really why they wanted to put the ladies to work, man.
right? And then they come out with a series of all these really cool TV shows making women look super awesome pursuing their career.
I would say that really started in the 70s
Mhm, mhm.
with what's the lady's name? You're gonna make it after all. When she throws up the hat in the air.
Was that the redhead Carol Burnett?
Not Cal Burnett, guys.
Oh.
Guys out there, help me. This Mary Tyler Moore.
Oh, yes, Mary Tyler Moore
So
and
I
all
think it
that
started
stuff.
with that, and then
Three's Company, you had the, with,
as we pro-
make it look cool to have 3 people living in one house.
well, the
Um,
Laverne and Shirley, and
yeah,
then in the
Laverne and
80s,
Shirley. Yep,
if you remember, they started having the woman, the female power suits with the big ass shoulder pads, and
yep. Murphy Brown, someone said Murphy Brown. Um, we have a spammer, I think, in here.
yeah, I can't believe they didn't care about
Roseanne,
that.
but Roseanne is actually, yeah, I'm not sure that falls in the same category. Maybe it does. Um,
Now Roseanne was a homemaker. Her
yeah,
husband in the show was,
yeah.
but you're right.
And
There were a series of shows like that.
yeah, and Bigwig says 100 years ago, keeping a house was an all-day job, and it still is. It's working on a farm,
Thank you,
all day
Colin.
work, hard work. So my question to my friends over the holidays is, if you could go back to the way it was for women, would you? Not even not even a New York minute hesitation. Yes,
Really?
yes. Most of them said yes. 2 of them said no. They said no, but here's the thing, they said no with caveats. They said no because they just assumed that they were gonna be in a bad relationship with a man controlling them, and they wouldn't be equal. I said, "Okay, theoretically, let's just give you a different scenario here, because 'cause you're telling yourself a story. What if
Okay.
you're in a good marriage where you have equal access to the money, you have a joint account, you have a card, whatever, and you're in a good relationship and he respects you, and you can, if you want, you can work part-time. You can, like I said, you can do your Etsy store, you can sell the fresh eggs, you can do whatever you want here. But you're the homemaker, he's the provider, and he treats you well, you treat him well. If that were the situation and you're not getting, beaten with a rule of thumb, if you're not being controlled, are you still saying no? They're like, oh no, I'm good with that.
See, but that's the household I was raised in,
Right.
where my father was the only breadwinner, really, but my mother, she babysat. That was her side gig. They used to bring, a
Yeah.
child and she would raise this child until the child was too old, and then they would move on and get another. And my mother was awesome. My mother, she worked hard. She kept up the house. She made the dinner. She babysat. So she took care of someone else's kids,
Mhm.
and she helped my dad. My dad wasn't making tons of money at the time. Growing up, we were kind of poor, but we always had Christmas and everything like that because my mother helped my father. There was times I remember where my mother would always leave my dad $20, just to grab some coffee for the week, or for the week, because $20 was good money in the
Mhm.
80s. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, and my father respected and loved my mother very, very much. So, I could see how it can work out, but I don't know if I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
How many women would want to remain in the house though all day? Like, don't you enjoy? Wouldn't a woman enjoy just getting out and doing her own thing? Like,
Well, yeah, but women did get out and do their own thing. They had social, because of all the women were home, they got together during the day and did things.
okay,
So, but the majority of the stories, either the majority of the stories weren't like your parents,
you don't stay
or
home
you
all
only
day.
heard the bad ones, because
That's true.
that's what you hear. And no, you don't stay home all day.
Right.
Women were doing, getting together and doing things, or
But
day
you know
drinking.
what? Can I just say can I just say that changed into the 80s because, and somebody had mentioned, I forgot who left the comment here, and it was a very good comment, that it took all day to clean the house.
Yes, that
It
was
took
big.
hours to cook food and stuff like that.
Yep.
Now, as you progress into the 80s with microwaves, with
Dishwashers.
dishwashers and machines in the home, to wash your clothes and stuff like that, everything got a little easier,
Yeah.
a lot quicker. So there was a lot more time for my grandmother or my mother to
Soap
watch.
operas. Soap operas.
Well, I was gonna say, there wasn't a time that my mother used to take me to my grandmother's house, and then
Watching the
boom.
telenovelas.
No, actually, so you want to hear something funny, April? My grandmother didn't really she didn't speak English much at all, but she loved One Life to Live, All
Mhm.
My Children, and of
Mhm.
course, General Hospital.
Oh, it's the granddaddy of them
You
all.
know what I mean, yo?
Yeah.
So good
Mm.
times, man. Good
Yeah,
times. Good
I remember my
memories.
mom really wanting a dishwasher, and we had this big, giant thing that sat over in the corner, and you wheeled this massive thing over, and you hooked the tubes up to the thing, and you put it on. My dad wouldn't let her have a microwave. He just didn't trust it. He was like, I don't know about that with the food. But we had
My
really
father, the same
basic,
thing. Yeah.
yeah, we had really basic machines, and I think I'm still kind of that way. Like, I like to keep all my stuff old school and basic.
I do miss the quality of food. I know I'm going off a tangent here,
Yeah.
but I mean, when I was a kid, TV dinners were great.
Oh, they were amazing, right?
So good. Like it
I
was
know.
big
That
juicy
was a
pieces of
quality
chicken.
meal right there.
It really was, man.
Big juicy
Like,
Salisbury steak and then a cherry
oh,
pie.
right? With the fucking crumbs in the bottom. It was so good. Now it's like
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
It's garbage.
I I found at Aldi, do you remember French bread pizzas when they came out?
Hell yeah. They used to give it to us in school, actually.
Yeah, so Stouffer's had amazing French bread pizzas, and I tried them again a few years ago. I was like, "Oh, these are horrible. They don't taste anything like they used to." I found French bread pizzas at Aldi's that taste just like they used to.
How?
I don't know. It was some Italian Mama Cozzi's, it's called.
Mama
They taste
Cozy's?
like, yeah, they taste like they used to. Of only 400 calories per pizza, and they're like $4 for the box of 2. I was like,
Really?
"Yeah." Yes.
That sounds pretty
Yep.
dope,
Aldi
man.
most of the stuff in Aldi's is, organic or
All
foreign,
these. All
so
these.
by default, it's still organic. So I'm gonna guess that's how they're still using real ingredients.
Man, I miss
Yeah,
those old
Aldi's
days.
is a hidden gem, right, Wolf? It really is.
So wait, what is
So,
Aldi's? Is this a name brand of a food?
Aldi's is, how do I describe it? Aldi's is like, it's a grocery store where, um, you you have to pay for a cart, 25 cents. You have to bring your own bags. They don't have any bags there. It's a grocery store chain, but it's owned by Germans. It's a German grocery store chain.
Do they
And the
yell at you when you come
majority,
in?
huh?
Do they
No,
yell at you? "Hurry
no,
up!
they don't.
Finish your shopping!
They're usually a pretty s
Nine!"
it's usually a pretty small grocery store, and they have a lot of their own brands, a lot of overseas brands, and a lot of their stuff is clean food and, organic food, or I would say that they're kinda like 80% of the food that's in there is clean. So, maybe a little bit more than that. They have their own, like, they have a version of the chocolate bars like Lindt, but they're $1.99, whereas Lindt is almost $4 a bar, and they taste the same. It's the same few ingredients too. I mean, it's German chocolate.
Let
So,
let me read this so I know it's sharing with us here. I like to share. It says, my dad was that way. He worked I'm sorry, he worked as a surface miner so that my mom took care of me. I was sick, a lot of kidney issues, and sometimes he'd stay in the hospital with me for months at a time. Wow. When she was with me and dad, what is it? When she
when
was
she
with
was
me
with
and
me, dad would do the
yeah,
housework and come to the hospital on weekends.
I can't see.
I always wondered how they stayed together dealing with that. Yet, years after my mom died, he told me she'd always leave little love notes and notes of encouragement where he'd find them. Aww.
That's fucking sweet.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
Oh.
clean up in aisle 9. That's what.
That's so sweet.
I'm sorry. That was sweet, and then the word even made me laugh.
Yes.
Oh,
So Cameron Diaz had said, let's normalize married couples having separate bedrooms, separate bathrooms, maybe even separate houses. And I was like, oh boy, I can't wait to see the comments on this one. She's going to get slaughtered. Nope. People
Really?
are like, there was the whole thing. It was like, yep, let's do that. Yep, let's do that. This is how my grandparents stayed together. That would probably save marriages. My husband snores like crazy. My wife snores like crazy. Um, I could actually get some sleep that way. I wouldn't be so grumpy all the time. I love having my own bathroom and my own space. So it made me
Nah.
think. It made me think. There was a husband and wife that spoke many years ago about living in separate houses. It was Monica Bellucci and the guy from Ocean's 11, the French guy.
Why do I know those names? I know
Because
Monica
they're
Bellucci.
big name actors in other countries.
Okay.
So Vincent Castle and Monica Bellucci, they were married. I don't know if they still are, but they were married for a long time. They had 2 separate homes, and they were married for a long time. And they said that the way for them that worked best for them is to have space so that they could miss each other and not get on each other's nerves.
Nah, man.
What do you guys think about that?
I don't can I tell you, man? Listen, me and my wife get on each other's nerves all the time.
Mhm,
But I I always find like the best sleep I have is next to Jen.
mm,
And she tells me the same thing. W so I had a snoring issue, um, only a few months ago because I was getting really heavy. Remember the whole situation? Now that
mhm,
I'm losing more and more and more weight, I'm not snoring as loud, and Jen says she can sleep better. And, it's just like, it's not the same. I just can't. I can't. I feel like it's wrong.
mm.
Like, why would you not wanna be next to that person or around the person that you love? I get having your own space. I have my own space. Like this room right here that I use all the time, not this gym.
This
This is
gym that you're in
the
right
gym.
now?
Yes. This is where I have my gaming system, my computer stuff, my editing stuff. Everything's in here, my weights, everything's here. And Jen has the rest of the house. Like everything else is hers, basically, seriously. So, I get having like your own little space, maybe you need to step away and watch the Knicks game, or maybe you want to jump on an Xbox for a little bit, but living in 2 separate homes, that's not m that's I don't think that for me, it's not marriage. Maybe I'm sounding old school like an asshole, but nah, I don't like it.
No,
Th
I don't know if I care about I don't know if I like the idea of 2 separate homes, but
No.
I love the idea of 2 separate bathrooms.
Oh, the 2 separate bathrooms is the shit.
Love it.
I could do that.
Love it. Love
I could
it.
do that.
I'm sorry, I don't wanna share my bathroom.
Nah, bro.
I just want it all. I
Yo,
mean, I will share, but I just prefer not to.
I mean, do you like eating with the person you love?
Mhm.
Can you imagine just, like, having dinner separate all the time? And that's stupid. It's just that why get married?
Well, I don't know. You have to consider also the fact that actors, she's coming from a different place too. Actors work and then they don't. So when they
Yeah,
don't, they're sitting around the house a lot. So when you're sitting around the house a lot with somebody else that maybe is an actor, you guys are sitting around a lot, like getting on each other's nerves. Whereas a normalized 9 to 5 relationship, somebody's out while other people are out, and then you guys spend time together. Does that make sense?
I get it. You still, but you're not gonna sell me on living because I feel like it's 2 separate lives.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Mhm.
the whole 2 separate house. The 2 bathrooms, I dig. I like that. But just, like, being apart all the time, it doesn't make sense to me. I can't, it doesn't compute.
I think it takes certain personalities. Some people, maybe their marriage would be saved by 2 separate bedrooms and they visit each other or whatever. Other people need more space, and less people or some people need less space. But, yeah, I thought it was interesting how much support she had for that comment. It was not what I expected.
The
So,
War Demon says, "If you can't stand being in the very same house, never mind the same room, but if you can't the same house, then you shouldn't be together in the first place." I kind of agree with I no, I
yeah,
agree with
I
him.
don't disagree with that, but I don't know if it's you can't stand being I don't know if it's that extreme.
This is a good one.
I think it's hmm,
Read this one.
what if someone
How?
doesn't let you be yourself? The house has to look and be the way they want it, no matter what your opinion is. Oh, sorry for kicking that.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's not good.
So, and maybe you have two different decorating styles. Like I watch a lot of tiny house things. I've been watching that for like 12 years
Oh,
now.
the little people?
No, just tiny
Oh.
houses. So I watched one where there was a husband and a wife tiny house where they did shipping containers, and then they connected the shipping containers with a breezeway across. So her style of decorating was very different than his. Well, he was a minimalist. So there was almost nothing in there. It was very stark, very masculine, where she had all these knickknacks and throw blankets and collected things and plants and all this stuff. And it was very, very different, their styles. And yeah, you could try and blend them, and they had done that before.
Oh.
But now they had their own space, and then they connected with that breezeway in the middle. So they go back and forth, and they also have, I could see where that would work for them.
See, the way I guess it's each couple individual. Like when Jen, let's say
Colin goes, I record in the closet for a reason.
it's a
Colin,
shoot.
like I said, Colin is a vote for this situation.
I assume so, but then I'm gonna question. I'm not saying Colin, but I'm gonna question your relationship. Listen, here's the deal. Like with me and my wife, man, whenever she's gonna buy curtains or a bed set,
Mhm.
more than likely she already has her mind made. But you know what she does? She sends me pictures of what do you think?
Right.
Do you like this color? Blah blah blah. I don't understand why we have 8 pillows on the bed and we have to pull the pillows. I swear to God, we have 8 blankets. We have 6 blankets, 8 pillows. Like, I don't understand why she does it, but that's fine. But she asked me if I like the color, you know? So we kind of
So
work
you get some
together.
say in all of that.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
fair
get
enough.
some say, and I think in a healthy relationship, nothing's gonna be perfect. You're always gonna have one person that's gonna be the dominant in something, I think.
Mhm.
But I think, just her asking me, even though I'm sure she already has her mind made up as to what the hell she wants, uh, it's just, it's a respect factor. And if I genuinely feel that if the person doesn't have enough respect for you to ask you or to actually consider how you feel about how certain something looks in your home, then that's a fucking problem. I think so.
Well,
What do you think?
I'm gonna disagree with you on that, and here's why.
Why?
I think there are certain types. Like for me, I have a hard time being with people who are super cluttered and who leave things all around. And because my brain works in such a way where clutter makes me exhausted and I feel exasperated with it. And it frustrates me, and I don't even like when I'm cluttery, and I can get cluttery. So to see stuff everywhere haphazardly, and it's just like, oh my God, and not being able to find anything and feeling like I got to tackle that before I can tackle work.
Uh,
So I understand what you mean about Colin says, what about people not letting you be yourself? Well, some people are fine with the clutter. They just they're fine with throwing a wet towel somewhere, or fine with throwing this, or fine with wearing shoes in the house, or fine with stuff like that.
no.
Whereas, I don't like wet shoes in the house. I don't like um, bringing germs in from outside. I don't, or pollen in from outside. That's not how I want to have the house. So you could view that for me. You could view me as somebody who's not letting you be yourself, because I would rather have places for things. Like my keys go in the same place, my purse goes in the same place, because I'm so scattered with what I do all the time.
You
I
need some
can't have my
order.
house scattered too. Yeah. I need
See,
some kind of reliable system, because I can't have everything being scattered.
but
It'll
can
drive me
you
crazy.
but can you bend a little bit and
Yeah, of
understand that the
course.
person you're with is not as a perfectionist when it comes to
Yeah.
like, not for nothing, when I used to come home from work, the first thing I would do is I would, sit down, grab a beer or grab something to drink and sit down on the couch and watch some TV before I took a shower.
Mhm.
And, my wife was like, "That's kinda gross." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "Well, you've been sitting on the train, you've been, you're bringing in all these germs to the
Yep.
house."
Yep.
And I'm like, "Oh, come on, man, you're ridiculous." But then the funny fucking thing is that a couple of years into our marriage, I'm like, I can't, like, come into the house. I have to go straight to the bathroom, take off my clothes, throw it in the hamper, take a shower, and I feel cleaner. And I think she
Yeah.
she kinda makes sense. It makes sense.
Of course.
You know, you want to be clean. You want to be, anyway. But
Big Wig says, but you have 5 dogs and 1,000 dog toys. So, yes, that's totally my house. So I would like stuff in order, but I have 2 dogs and a cat and 1,000 freaking toys all over the place and chewed pieces of them everywhere that I'm stepping on that hurt, like hooves that I'm stepping on. Yeah. So, it's already, there's crap everywhere. The dogs, are exempt from that because it's ridiculous. So, and Colin says he dated a girl that didn't want people in her bed in their street
yeah,
clothes.
that's disgusting.
That's gross.
That's
Yeah.
pretty
Because you're bringing
disgusting.
everything in. I'm a big fan of showering before bed because you just
Me
wash the
too.
day off. Yeah.
I do that too. I shower before I go to bed and when
Yeah.
I wake up.
Yeah. And I see Steve joined us late. Hello, Steve. I saw, was it Kyle Halo? Hello, everybody coming in late. Hello, hello. So yeah, there was that. Speaking of women's comments and things that surprise. Yeah, Big Wiz says, "You're my babies, it's okay." Yeah, so that gets there's a compromise. You guys make a mess or whatever. It's, but they're not they're not moving my keys around or losing my phone. They're just destroying the floor with their crap. And here's something that I saw that made me think too. What do you guys think of this? Lazy, weak men create masculine women who have to step into this role to fulfill that persona. Whereas strong men create feminine women who feel safe and submit to the masculinity without losing their femininity. When I listen to that, it makes sense to me, especially as someone who has lived alone and dated different types of people. I feel like that's pretty accurate.
Um,
Lazy, weak men create masculine women. So I saw what that was. That was a comment in response to a guy saying there's too many strong masculine women. And he said, actually, there's too many weak, lazy men. And that's creating strong masculine women. So if you guys would be stronger and step up, women could step back into their femininity again and feel safe being in a feminine place and not have to fulfill that role of masculinity.
See, I like using my wife as an example. She is a very strong woman,
Hmm.
but she always loves to throw out that when she hits the fan, she feels protected and safe by me.
Hmm.
She'll let her guard down around me. She's very feminine around me.
Hmm.
But when she's at work, it's a different time and place.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I think the biggest compliment a woman can tell you as a man is say that I feel safe around you. You make me feel safe. If a woman is not telling you that,
Yep. And I don't want to sound like the asshole, but there's sometimes like I'm at work and stuff, and I'm a people watcher. There's tons of people in New York walking by where I work, and I see these really beautiful women walking with these dudes that I just like, man, if I was
betas.
big time, like if I was an asshole, like type of dudes that you just smack, just smack in the face and just take their woman, the woman is just
Yeah.
like, oh, you know, and it's just I don't know, but here's the worst part about it. For every 10 men I see walk down, this is something I've observed, April. For every 10 men I've seen walk down the street, I would say maybe now 4 are men, like as a dude, a man's man. You got like this, you'll have Mr. Man Bun come down, Mr. Glasses and
Yeah.
fucking skinny jeans, and it's just like, oh, shut the fuck up, you.
I've seen trans women who have transitioned into men
Uh,
who are far more masculine than biological men. I remember I was looking, I'm like, gosh, they could
yeah,
teach men how to do this. Because usually when trans people really go for it, they really go for it. The men transition to very feminine women. I'm talking about when they really go through the whole thing, not transvestites. I'm talking about trans women. They become very feminine, and the trans men become very masculine.
And
So
by the
it's
way,
like,
you can wear glasses and still be tough. I'm
oh yeah,
sorry,
you can wear a
Margaret.
man bun and still be tough. I've seen
No,
plenty of
no, you
guys wearing it.
can't.
Yes,
No,
you
you
can.
can't. No,
Yes,
you
you can.
fucking
I
can't.
have
I
no
will.
issue with a man bun. None.
No, no,
None. None.
no, no. I
I'm okay
disagree.
with it.
Nope.
I'm
Man
all right with
bun.
it.
Weak.
Mhm.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Nope. No. I will
A
chop you
man
right in the
does.
throat.
A man bun does not a twat maketh.
It's like wearing a twat on top of your head.
No, I'm
Fucking
not
man.
saying it's exclusive. It's not mutually exclusive to being a beta.
Mm.
But you got to remember, I'm in the wrestling business where a lot of guys have long hair. So put that up. You know what I mean?
Whatever.
I'll remain open minded. Maybe I'll change my mind about that in the future. Again, Welp says the world needs balance. That's why we are where we are at currently. Yeah, but we're out of balance.
We're
We're out of whack. Our
so out of
balance is
balance.
not. Yeah, we're not yin yang now. We're
Yang yang.
not in the right balance at this particular time. So that's just my opinion
I
and
just gotta.
some of the things I saw.
I gotta be clear. I want to be very clear with you, sir. I don't have hair because I choose not to have hair.
And Winona says it just looks like a pile of shit on top of a guy's head.
Yes. See, Winona. That's why you and me, we click.
Oh God. Red Sunny, thank you so much. I appreciate. Thank you. Did you ever get a chance to watch Leave the World Behind, the show on Netflix that the Obamas produced?
I take 2 to 3 showers a day. I don't have time.
For
I
anything?
haven't had a chance, man. The holidays and should I continue with the excuses?
No. Well, I thought it was a really well done show. Ben Robb watched it. At this point, I think a lot of people watched it. I thought it was
You can talk
very
about
well
it.
done. And I don't know if people picked up on the subtle nuances. Red Sunny, I did like the gift you got me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So here's what I liked about it. Ben Robb said he was not impressed. Here are the things that I picked up on it that maybe you can appreciate. It was odd. And all right, so in the beginning, this family from New York City, the mother, the wife, she says, I just want to get out of the city. The time to live is now. Let's just go for a vacation. Let's just take the kids and go for a vacation. And she just got a feeling to leave. So they head out to, I guess, Connecticut, to this place not too far from the city, but far enough away. And they get an Airbnb. And while they're there, all communications are lost. So, but what you see first in the car is it's the father, the mother, and the two kids. The mother's Julia Roberts, father is Ethan Hawke. And you see every one of them with their earbuds on a screen. No one's talking to each other. So I love the symbolic there that the communication is already lost with these guys. There's already no communication. So when they get to the Airbnb, the internet starts to go down. So they're out in the middle of sort of nowhere. And they think it's that at first, but it turns out they're under a cyber attack, right?
Okay.
And the communication goes down, and you have Julie Roberts playing the kind of left-wing liberal saying this is not happening. Then you've got Ethan Hawke playing kind of the middle of the road guy, like maybe this is happening. I don't know if it's happening. Then you have the owner of the house who shows up with his daughter, wanting to come back into the house because that's probably the safest place for them. And he's trying to prove that it is his house since all they did was to talk online, and there's no communications there. So there's a dynamic there of these two families now trying to meld together in a attack situation. What?
No, it's just one of our old listeners. Hey, bot. Yeah, pal.
Hello, ding dong. Eva's saying it was Long Island. So you have this dynamic, and then of course you've got the crazy conspiracy theorist who lives down the way and has already stocked up on water and medication and all this stuff that's happening. So the guy who came in with his daughter and stayed with the family. He's saying, look, I got a client who already warned me that something like this might happen and we should go talk to him. So shit goes down. And once the communication stopped, all of a sudden the panic in the family, they don't know what to do, how to talk to each other, how to deal with each other, what to do once they can't watch shows anymore. The little girl loses her shit. She can't watch the last episode of the show she's watching. They can't, listen to the music, and things start happening. And that's when it starts getting really, really interesting. But I like the artistic dynamic of it.
Okay.
That they basically almost have to have this whole thing where now they actually have to be a family. They have to communicate with each other. They have to check in with each other. They have to devise a plan on how they have to catch up with each other. The little kids start seeing things, start seeing signs, because children are open to things.
Sure.
And when stuff happens, how they handle it without having internet, without having any, the kids have no skills. And it's very interesting. So if you watch it from that aspect, I thought it was very interesting.
Predictive programming 101. So prepare yourselves, guys, within the next year or two for this to happen.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get cyber attacked, and everything's gonna go down. So just prepare
What
yourself.
was interesting about this predictive programming is they used weapons of sound and radiation. And the radiation was the biggest problem too. So if you are a prepper, factor that in. And Gamwoofer says, I'm going to reword what I say. The world is trying to rebalance the unbalanced nature of the world right now. Yes. I think the world fixes itself. The earth fixes itself generally. Like the coral reefs were built up. Acid rain didn't kill us. The ozone layer built back up. If we allow things to happen, the world builds back up. Like if you have a fever, don't take anything to lower your fever unless it's over like 102, 103 degrees, because that fever is there to make your body inhospitable.
Yeah.
So that whatever you have cannot continue to thrive and survive in you. It's there to kill off that virus. What we do is we automatically reach for a pill to lower the temperature, lower the fever, and it prolongs being sick.
Nope.
So we have everything we need. We have to stop fucking with it and let it heal, whether it's our body or the earth. We keep, in the name of science, messing with things and pharma and medication, when actually we were doing better probably 50 years ago without all this stuff.
Now, we're not telling you that if you're getting chest pains not to go to the doctor. I'm just clarifying that.
No, modern medicine, meaning prednisone, antibiotics, EpiPens, insulin, aspirin. These things are amazing inventions. But they've taken it to another level with just trying to profit off of people, never trying to figure out what the root cause of the issue is, and trying to maintain and maintenance diseases and keep people going in that department instead of finding out what's actually wrong with them. So, and the hate bot goes, also cocaine. So, okay, pain meds. Yeah, pain meds for sure.
Pal.
Yeah, you cannot profit from healthy people.
Good point.
So sick people are very profitable, especially in a for-profit healthcare system here. And other countries are financially vested in us never becoming universal healthcare because they sell their medications to this country as well. And Ben Rob says, isn't it funny how these new meds come out and then 10 years later, we have all these lawsuits for them? Weird how that is. Isn't it funny how you can't test any of these medications that they're pushing on animals? They have to be tested on humans. So the only thing they can do to kind of compromise there is create humanized mice. So they implant mice and rats with humanized these are fetal body parts. So isn't it super funny when they rolled back abortion in most of these states, they rolled it back to 6 weeks. Now, if you really, 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 really are pro-life Republicans, why didn't you just abolish it completely? Why would you roll it back to 6 weeks? Is that coincidentally the same exact size fetal parts are to implant into mice? That is the perfect match for all the pharma companies to create humanized mice? Just a theory.
Hatebot says, you see that Pfizer just bought up a giant oncology firm.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah. And did
Very,
you
very
see that
tough.
if you look up ivermectin and cancer on the NIH site together, you'll see peer-reviewed paper after peer-reviewed paper after peer-reviewed paper showing that ivermectin shrinks almost every cancerous tumor there is.
Huh.
And that is why they didn't want anybody to have it.
Interesting. Why are my lights flickering in my house?
Mm-hmm. There's a lot to think about there. So
I'm just wondering why
again,
my
again,
lights are
again,
flickering.
YouTube, these are just theories. I'm not saying,
Yeah,
I'm
I
not an
mean,
expert.
possibly.
I'm not an expert. That's my disclaimer. But I do believe you should research on your own. Take that information that I just, theorized and research further and go way past page 5 or 6 on Google and use a privacy browser to do it.
Can we quickly just talk about that thing about the T-Mobile thing that's been bugging me?
Yes, please.
So I don't have anything in front of me, but I remember putting up a tweet because basically, um, T-Mobile is allegedly going to be fining people for
Their
using
own customers, right?
their own customers for using what they consider hate speech.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they're trying to backtrack and say that, oh, we're just talking about people that are, gonna say that we're gonna kill you, you're gonna kill somebody, or go kill yourself, that type of shit. But could you imagine? And fine, and it's like hundreds of dollars, not just like like a little $25 tip jar
Mm-hmm.
type thing. And I think another company tried to do this. I forgot what
PayPal.
company. PayPal. Yes,
Mm-hmm. As I was just
PayPal.
going to liken it to that when you said it.
So and PayPal, they
PayPal did find people and suspend them for hate speech.
and then what happened with PayPal?
And they got a lot of backlash and had to drop it, but they did actually suspend accounts and cost people. It was usually businesses they were going after, but sometimes random customers. And they did take the money right out of their accounts, and they did cost them a lot. It was a big problem.
So,
Yeah.
when we get to that point, and I'm glad that it came out because people just destroyed T-Mobile
Hmm.
on X, on Twitter, on Facebook, all over the place. And it's just it's scary that we have these abilities to communicate with each other. And yeah, I agree that it sucks to tell somebody to go kill themselves. But what my problem is that we know what hate speech really is, right?
Yep.
Telling like me texting April, you fucking suck, I hope you kill yourself. That's hate speech. But if
That's an opinion also.
it's also an opinion.
That's
But
an
it's but
opinion. Like, that's honestly, you tell me, you go, you fucking suck. I hope you kill yourself. That's up to me to decide if I want to let that bother me. And I can go,
but
all
here's the
right. I
deal.
can either go, okay, what do I suck about? Or I can be like, oh, this guy's off his meds.
But now let's say me and Colin are going back and forth, right? And I'm just gonna use this term just to put a point across. So just take it with a grain of salt. I'm
Here
like,
it
Colin,
comes.
you're such a fag, you know. And all of a sudden, I can't. My phone gets locked,
Yep.
and
And your bank account goes empty.
yeah, and it's like, what? Well, what just happened? So it's what they consider to be hate speech. This is the thing.
Yeah.
We have to call these companies out, these
Oh,
large
yeah.
companies out on, because they're gonna want to push what they think is right for us. They're gonna
Yes.
push what they think is right and wrong. And
They will
that's not
legislate.
that's not
So
that's not right. Go ahead, April.
if anybody can control your language, they can control you, because you can't possibly be oppressed if that word is not in your language, right?
Right.
So I have a dictionary from the 1700s. I posted about this, and because I'm in Facebook jail basically right now. Probably
Are
nobody
you
saw
really?
it. Oh, always. Apparently, I'm in Facebook jail because I put up a meme wishing everybody Merry Christmas and live your best life, and it was a quote by Sir Anthony Hopkins that they said was fake news because it wasn't Sir Anthony Hopkins. So they put me back in fake news Facebook jail. Mhm.
Get out of
So
here.
yeah, it's like our independent fact checkers say that Sir Anthony Hopkins never said it. I'm like, well, maybe he did. How do you know? So you're gonna do okay? Fuck you. Anyway, so this dictionary from 1759, written by a Harvard professor. defines the word diatribe as somebody who goes on and on about something. And then I have another dictionary from the 1950s. And somewhere between the 1750s and the 1950s, in those 200 years, they changed the connotation of diatribe to mean somebody who negatively goes on and on about something. So the language has always changed. The word racism didn't actually even exist. It wasn't actually in either dictionary from the 50s or the 1700s. What they used in it before, they said, see bigot, see bigotry. So bigot and bigotry were defined as our original racism, which basically means, shunning or special attention based on someone's race, where the ADL changed that definition this year, saying shunning people of color based on your white privilege. Remember, we talked about that in an episode or 3 ago. So they changed this. So now they have changed the definition of racism.
What is it
And
now?
if they, you have to look it up. ADL.
ADL
New
definition.
definition. Yeah, hang on a second. Let me see if I find it.
I'll look it up real quick.
I posted that as well.
Okay, I'll look it up. It's
Okay.
ADL
Okay,
new
so
definition.
the classic definition of racism, the traditional definition is racism is the belief that a particular race is superior or inferior than another, that a person's social and moral traits are predetermined by his or her inborn biological characteristics. So according to the ADL, which is the American Defamation, which is basically in charge of all of our media, they have changed it to racism can be defined as the marginalization and or oppression of people of color based on a socially constructed racial hierarchy that privileges white people.
What?
So, yep.
Oh.
So when they change, when they change the language, they control things. They control you. So by claiming that there's hate speech, they control. And the problem is there is no such thing as hate speech. It does not exist. There's only speech that we do not like. Now the deliverer can be hateful. So you call Colin a fag or tell me that I should kill myself, you're hateful. The words are just words. So for example, I can laugh about something with my friends. I can shove her and tell her, oh, you're being ridiculous. She's like, haha, you're an idiot. Just go kill yourself. And we can have a laugh about it. I can say, oh, look, or, in England, he's a good cunt. Or,
right.
Hey, bitch, what's up? These are words that are deemed hateful, but we use them in affectionate ways.
Right. It's like how many times do I call my good friends, you're an asshole.
Yes, exactly. But now they have specifically targeted certain words and deemed them as hateful when they were actually neutral. It depends on the way that you use them. It depends on the user. So context matters. So by allowing and not standing up by allowing this to happen and not standing up for this, we're going to dig ourselves a big, huge grave. Do not allow this to happen. You have to push back on it. You have to. It's going to be a problem. We're not even going to be able to have a discussion. And if they decide they're going to fine you, go into your phone, go into your email. If they can do it, and they'll take it straight out of your accounts. So you can't allow this to happen.
Well, my dear, we've gotten to that time. Is there one more thing maybe you wanted to bring up before we shut the show down for the week?
Yes. Something to think about, right? A couple things.
Shit. Here we go.
I posted this earlier, and I just want you to think about this. Orgasms and kindness are our human right. Here's why.
Why? Tell me.
None of us would be here if somebody had not had an orgasm and there wasn't kindness given to raise us and take care of us and protect us. So orgasms and kindness are what got us to this point. So it is natural for us, and it's something that we are divinely entitled to and supposed to pay forward.
But not everybody experiences an orgasm,
Well,
unfortunately.
they should. Remember, moments turn into memories. So look up from your phone. These little moments can become big memories. So
If you have a good orgasm, it's a good memory. I tell you that, brother.
that's a good memory. That is a moment to become a memory right there.
Yes. Can you believe that some women go their entire lives without a true orgasm?
I can. It's a thing.
Right.
I think that we are such an uptight, puritanical society that a lot of dogma and religions have mentally screwed women up. They've actually shown that women who have gotten married have gone from being inorgasmic to orgasmic because mentally the woman felt safe and comfortable now.
Yeah.
So for women, I think a lot of times feeling safe is a way to get them to have an orgasm. If they feel safe and comfortable, they'll have an orgasm. It's not always just physical. It's so mental.
It's a huge mental thing when it comes.
Big time.
But if you guys are curious, and if you want to, if maybe we could bring on a couple of people that have never experienced an orgasm. I've reached out to several people that Colin has dated, and they've never reached that climax with him. So we can ask them and discuss how, what a terrible time it is,
Oh God, we're gonna do a relationship show soon. I've been researching. I've got all kinds of stuff, so that'll be coming up soon. And boy, it's gonna be a doozy because there's so much good information I'm gonna have for you guys. Not just relationships like romantic ones, but relationships like friendships, like your parents, like how to get along with people and why they are the way they are. So it'll be like a psychological mind fuck episode. So it'll be good. You'll learn things. Anyway, you guys can find me if you're listening and you want to see big wigs like give me petty sex. If you're listening, you want to see us, see me, you can go to Real April Hunter on Instagram. You can find me on Patreon, April Hunter. You can buy gold and silver through Wolfpack and invest and keep your finances going through aprilhunter.gold. And you can find me on Twitter. That's April Hunter. Ray?
Ladies and gentlemen, you can find me on all social media, Instagram, TikTok, the X at Big Ray Hernandez. You can also find me on Facebook at Raymond Big Ray Hernandez. And if you're nice and if you're not a weirdo, I will accept you as my friend and we can chat. So thank you very much for joining us here this week. I apologize again for my my lack of energy. I was going to say, you punk. And right now I've just gotten taken off the air for calling April a punk. And that's it, man. Guys, don't forget, you see here in the bottle at the bottom, aprilhunter.gold. So it's aprilhunter.gold. And we'll see you guys next week again for a brand new A show. And hopefully I'll feel a hell of a lot better next week because I'm
I hope you will. You guys, thanks for being here. We love you. We really appreciate you being here. Thank you. And thanks to all of you who remembered me at Christmas and sent gift cards, sent gifts. It means a lot. It was nice to have something to open and find in my email. So I appreciate it. Thank you
guys. And also listen, if you guys want to reach out to those poor women that slept with Colin and never received an orgasm, I'll send you a list, much like the Epstein gimmick. All right, guys. God bless you. See you next week. Peace out.
Bye.
I mean, there's so many women that he slept with that just never.
He says one calls him Mufasa.
It's like humping a stump.